Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today I thought we would paint a really fun, loose watercolour geranium little painting today. Nice and easy, limited palette. So a little bit of colour mixing, but nothing that won't stretch you too far. But this is what we're going to be doing, so let's get started. I hope you've all had a good week. It's a bit sunshine and showers here today. It's our bank holiday, so we're all having an extra day holiday, so that's brilliant. So I hope the weather's good to you and you're enjoying the summertime. Anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to loosen up my watercolour paint, and I'm just dabbing a little bit off there. Just think about where you want your geranium heads to go and start by just loosely dropping them in. Okay, just nice and loose. The paint is a very loose consistency of paint, and just drop in these really nice little flower-esque shapes. Just dot them in. It will just give you a rough idea how you want to lay your painting out, and it's a good way of just having a little rough look on where you want to place your focal points of your either flowers or leaves or whatever you're painting. Okay, so that's kind of where I want to place mine. I think I'm just gonna move them over and put a little bit more of a larger just a larger marks that I'm making with my paint. Okay, yeah, and I'm quite happy with that format. So now I'm just going to change the colour slightly. I'm just going to go into this lovely mauve, and again I'm just putting in these little painterly marks just so I get the feeling of where I want them to go. Okay, so I'm changing to my size 4 Japanese watercolor brush now, and I'm going to go into forest green. Now I am going to mix a little bit of Van Dyke brown in because I do want a more sageier, deeper colour green. I've got a little bit of forest green on my palette here. I'm just going to activate that and then just dart between the two. And I'm just going to put these stems in just to give me an idea where I'm placing my stems. So it gives me an idea of what direction I want my flowers to go into. Now I'm just going to go in with my same colour, green, sagey green, and I'm just going to block in again these lovely very, very loose geranium-esque shape leaves. Don't get caught up with you have to do it absolutely perfectly. No, you don't. We're just blocking in at the moment where we want these leaf shapes to go, and we're just popping them in. So just put these lovely generic shapes in. Use the flat side of your brush. That will help you cover the distance that you've put down, and just go around and fill in these leaf shapes into your painting. Now on here, I'm just going to kind of wisp it up a little bit because I think that might be a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to put another leaf shape in there. When you look at a geranium leaf, they have kind of got this really lovely shape to them, but I'm not going to get caught up or bogged down with the shape, with the absolutely capturing the complete photographic type of painting. I just want this lovely and loose, very painterly, very free. Also, if you use the end of your paintbrush, which is a quite nice technique, if you go to the center of your leaf and then just do a couple of marks, that gives you a really nice way of adding a little bit of texture and interest. And again, don't get caught up in this. It's not essential that you make it perfect, because that's not what we're working for. Okay, so carry on going round. I'm just going to start just attaching some of these petals to the stem, so we can see that it belongs together. So that gives us this lovely attachment then to our petal. I'm just going to drop in a really nice, kind of like the leaf is just starting to emerge, because that's quite a nice effect to have. Again, I'm going to just, and don't be afraid to go off of the page. I think that gives it another lovely dimension. If you want to add a little bit more, or even if you want to go over what you've already done, absolutely, it's really nice effect to have a layering effect. Okay, I'm just going to darken these stems in a little bit. Just I think I'm going to overlap these two, just mixing my forest green in with my sagey green, just to give me a different value of my green, which will add interest to my painting. Again, I'm just going to go into the center and just bring that down. It just gives a nice nod to the veins that you find in leaves. Okay, so we're working away quite nicely. If you want to do another little thin bit of interest, absolutely, that's good. I'm going to drop another leaf in here, going into the sagier green, going off my page again, because I quite like that effect. Again, I'm going to bring that to go off my page. I have got some white spaces in there, not worried about that at all. I think that'll give a nice effect. I'm just going to give some little nod to our veins in our leaves. And I'm just going to rinse my brush out. Now I'm going to add another pinky hue, and this is quite a vibrant colour. It's magenta, and it just gives a little bit of a pop. So just drop those in. Again, I'm using these really nice strokes to give us the illusion of petals. And again, I just darken those down. Want a little bit of variation in the colour, because I think that will give a nice contrast to what you've already put down. And again, just work your way around. Just gonna pop in a little bit more. It's bleeding slightly. I'm not worried about that. I think, yep, that would give me some nice interest, and I'm quite happy with that. Okay, I'm going to go down into this mauvey purpley colour, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of cerulean blue, just a touch, and I'm just going to drop that in just to give me a little bit of contrast and just to put some interest in there. And I'm also going to go back in to my purple mauve, and I'm just going to drop in just a few more there. I'm going to change back over to my size 4 round, and I'm going into scarlet red, and I have loaded the brush up quite well, but I'm taking the excess off. Now if you want to dab on your paper tissue, absolutely you can do that, or if you just want to dab onto your palette just to see, you know, what the how much paint you've got on that, you can do that too. So I'm just going to drop these slightly bigger now, going back into my water pot, and I'm just going to drag these very soft little accents of blooms, just the slightest hint really, because this will dry lighter, and you know, you can pull it out and make it as bold. I'm going to mix the two together only because I'm curious and I just want to see what colour will I get. Am I happy with that? Yeah, it's okay. It's not, I'm not thinking, oh wow, this is fantastic, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Now I'm going to soften it up because I want to blend in some of those white spaces, and I'm just, with a clean water, I've rinsed my brush out, and with a clean brush I'm just tickling around, just ever so slightly, just to give me that lovely shape that you get with geraniums, and they are very beautiful, I think. But this is just our nod to the lovely geranium. I'm going to go back in, change into my size 4 Japanese watercolour brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the forest green, and then I'm going into Van Dyke brown, and I'm just going to really darken that down, and you can see that's quite a nice sagey colour. Yeah, I quite like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put these little, I suppose they're kind of like the beginnings of the flowers, really. You see them, don't you? They're all clustered together, and just drop those in. Don't go too overboard with it, because I think sometimes less is more. And then just put this lovely darker colour in, just to give us a bit of interest, and wiggle your brush around. If you want to glaze over what you've already done, absolutely, let's do that. Let's do that on a few of them. Let's just do this, and it just gives us another lovely dimension. If you want to drag that out, absolutely can do that, and pull and move your brush and your paint around your paper, and you'll get some really nice effects. Okay, again, I'm just going to load my brush up, not overly, because I don't want it to be too loaded, and I don't want it too wet either. So yeah, let's just darken this one down a little bit. And you can see we're starting to, because we're glazing over what we've already done, we're getting some interesting effects, and it's giving us a nice depth, which is always good in your watercolour paintings, isn't it? It's kind of what we're looking for. So when you think, yeah, I'm happy with that, yeah, let's call it done. Let's call it finished. So there we have it. A really simple, fun, easy nod to the lovely geranium. There's the other one that I did earlier. As you can see, they're slightly different. They're bigger. This one's bigger, but you can decide which one that you prefer, and I hope you do give it a go, because it is fun to do and they make really lovely cards. So take care. See you again soon. Bye.